Big Z Reviews. Dangerous Animals is a new shark-themed horror film, but for the first time, the sharks are not the bad guys. And I love that twist on the genre. And it creates a really interesting, like, cat and mouse game with the serial killer and the victim. But like I love that the sharks are the theme of it, but they're like almost the good guys at certain points of the film. It was great.
Close your eyes. Like a big, deep inhale. And out. And in. And out. Welcome aboard. Come alive on that board. It's spiritual. I feel the same about what I do. It's my true calling.
So this was directed by Sean Byrne, and it mainly stars Hassie Harrison as Zephyr, and she's like I think an American, like, but living in Australia, like as a surfer, just living in her van, and she like meets up with this guy Josh Houston as a Moses Markley, and they kind of have a one night stand. But then, like, she leaves, and while he's making breakfast, and he goes to surf, but then she's kidnapped by Jai Courtney. And this might be my favorite performance from Jai Courtney as a Bruce Tucker. And he is just like a fisherman that was like bitten by a shark as a child and is just obsessed with sharks. And he like has this like a tourist trap sort of like a business where you have to get your shark cages and take him out and chum the water and like have an experience swimming with the sharks. But like as you see like opening scene, like he like, oh, so no one knows where you are? Interesting. You know, and it's like from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like Dennis is the implication. It's like the implication brought to life. You know, except if Dennis Reynolds was actually a serial killer and he was obsessed with sharks. This is the implication. And it's like, so, interesting. No one knows where you are. You're foreigners. No one's going to miss you. Huh. And so he stabs the guy and kidnaps the girl. And he's like just this meathead. And I love that, like, most of the time he's like delivering facts about the sharks. They're interesting and well done. And I love too that when in certain throughout the film, like when the sharks are used as the weapons of murder, like like he's saying that they're not like, oh, they're like, what's going to happen if you come here every time and you chum the waters? Well, it creates a not very safe environment. And the idea that like that they don't like human flesh, but if there's a frenzy going on, like all the water is filled with chum, and then there's a bunch of splashing and thrashing in the water, they're gonna take a little nibble. You know, even if they don't like what they're eating, they're gonna chomp off an arm. And like for the actual film, like for like a lot of the film, like there's a bit too much cat and mouse like activity. Like I think that if there was more blood, if there was like another victim that he kidnaps and kills, it would be interesting. But like I really loved Hassie Harrison. Like she was great as the damsel in distress that has to save herself. You know, but like there's like maybe one too many times where like she escapes and then is brought back. Like, but I love that she never gives up fighting, and that like, there's some great scene with Jai Courtney is like the reason people love the fish marlin is because that the fight that they have. But in the end, I'm a fisherman in a boat and it's hopeless for the fish. You know, in the end, I'm always gonna win. Like, there's some great like monologues from Jai Courtney as this like crazy serial killer obsessed with sharks. And some beautiful scenes too, like underwater. Like I think a lot of them are actually real shark footage, but like, I think one with a great white, I think was mostly, I think with some real shark, but also with like digital recreation. But it looked great, And I love like these moments where like everything quiets down, like it's like majestic in the ocean with these sharks. And like they feel like this the director Sean Byrne like kind of loves sharks and wanted to make a horror film around them, but have them not be the bad guys. And I love that aspect of it. And like for a lot of stuff, like there was only one time where I was like, oh. For most of this time, like how she escapes and then how she's caught, like it makes sense. There's only one time when like the whole trope of the woman beating the villain over the head and him being on the ground and then running away instead of finishing the job. They only do that once. But like still, I wish instead of doing that, I kind of hate that. Just have like all you'd have to do is have a scene where like she's winding up to do it, and then he wakes up and so she has to run away. Do something so to give her the fan like to get say, oh god damn it, you get to finish him when you have a chance. But I really enjoyed this. Like I would definitely recommend it. I'd probably give like an 8.5, 8.75 out of 10. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.